That website's name is mdgaschoice.com, and it's going to allow consumers to make smart choices when in the market for shopping for a natural gas supplier to complement the customer's utility service from their natural gas distribution supplier. Today, this morning, I checked the natural gas supply website that we've initiated, and in my service territory of Washington Gas, there were 32 offers of supply from competitive suppliers. Some of them were more expensive than the rate offered by local utility, and some of them were less expensive. So these tools will allow shoppers to make more educated choices when exercising the ability to shop for both electric and natural gas. And just as a reminder, our electric choice website is mdelectricchoice.com. I hope that customers and ratepayers in the state of Maryland will use these tools to better educate themselves regarding their ability to choose their supplier of their commodity. I'd also like to note that we're not only in Energy Awareness Month, which by proclamation of the federal government is celebrated every October, but today, in fact, October 7th is Energy Efficiency Day, which is a little more recent. Over the past 5 years, it's been a grassroots effort by the industry and nonprofits to focus on how customers could make their homes and use of energy much more efficient. I believe that this will complement the Commission's efforts, notably our longstanding energy efficiency program called Empower. And coincidentally, the Commission later on this month will be looking forward to the path of our Empower program over the next 3 years. That will be a 4-day hearing at the end of this month. I'd also like to congratulate my colleague and friend, Commissioner Obie Linton, for his elevation to become the chair of the committee in the public interest and consumers at NARUC. It's actually the Committee on Consumers and the Public Interest. Commissioner Linton has been in the leadership of this committee for some time, and his elevation to chairman is well deserved. Obviously, at this very difficult time in our nation's history, protecting consumers and ratepayers is of paramount importance to keep the essential utilities on. And on a separate note, I am very proud. We are well represented in the leadership ranks of our national trade group, which is NARUC, by both Commissioner Linton and by Commissioner O'Donnell. So Commissioner Linton, congratulations on that honor and responsibility. With that, if my colleagues have no opening statements, I would call a vote on the minutes of our last meeting 2 weeks ago, September 23rd, 2020. And that vote begins with Commissioner Herman.
Aye.
Commissioner Linton.
Aye.
Commissioner
Aye.
and Commissioner Richard. Commissioner Richard, how do you vote on the?
Aye.
I also vote aye. The minutes are approved. Mr. Secretary.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. There are 5 agenda items today, all of which are consent items. Item number 1 is an application for a license to supply electricity or electric generation services in Maryland from True Energy Services, LLC. Item number 2 is an application for approval to construct a 3-megawatt generation station from T-Mobile USA, Inc. Item number 3 is an application for certification as a renewable energy facility from Bitter Ridge Wind Farm, LLC. And item number 4 is also an application for certification as a renewable energy facility from One Energy, LLC. And finally, item number 5 is a request to cancel the electricity supplier license of Iowa Energy, LLC.
Thank you. Do commissioners have questions or statements on these 5 items? Commissioner O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I, for quite a long time, have been commenting on my concerns that Maryland was sending a lot of renewable energy credit monies out of state to pretty far-flung locations, but not really getting the economic benefits of the jobs and services that normally would attend to developments such as these if they were done in Maryland, even though our ratepayers are paying the freight. I had asked our Office of General Counsel, our very capable Office of General Counsel, and our technical staff to brief me on whether or not it would be possible to change that, to incentivize in a way, or to legally curtail that in some way where Maryland could be receiving those benefits. That briefing has occurred, and because of some legal constructs, most notably the dormant commerce clause of the U.S. Constitution, rarely utilized notion, but existent nonetheless, and in case law, probably not going to be able to craft a remedy either legislatively or from our commission because of that dormant commerce clause. That is not to say there can't be other ways to get the legislature to incentivize these type of developments within the state, but that's a bridge too far. These two instant items before us, items 3 and 4, are a 130 megawatt wind farm in Indiana and a 4.5 megawatt wind farm in Ohio. And it just highlights the pain that I feel. I just wish that our state could be realizing the economic benefits that we, especially with wind, that we ship out of state. And so I'm going to support these items, of course, but I'm going to continue to think about ways that are viable to address this situation later. And I will probably quit asking questions about these items as to where they're at, although I may highlight from time to time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Donnell. Other questions or statements by the commissioners? Seeing none, I will propose the following motions. With respect to number 1, that we grant the company a license to operate as an electricity supplier in Maryland, limited to broker services for the customer classes and service territories applied for and recommended by staff, and direct the company to provide marketing and training materials specific to its Maryland operations to commission staff and Office of People's Counsel 30 days prior to the utilization of the materials in Maryland, and the company to file notice with the commission within 30 days of any changes to the information in the application. With respect to item number 2, that we approve the application to construct a generation station under section 7-207.1A of the Public Utilities article. With respect to item number 3, that we approve the application and issue a renewable energy facility ID certification number and direct the applicant to establish a REC account with PJM GATS within 30 days of certification, and direct the applicant to notify the commission within 30 days if the information on which the application is based should change. With respect to item number 4, that we approve the application and issue a renewable energy facility ID certification number, that we direct the applicant to establish a REC account with PJM GATS within 30 days of certification, file an on-site behind-the-meter generation report with the commission 1 week of each recording of generation data with GATS, and direct the applicant to notify the commission within 30 days if the information on which the application is based should change. And with respect to item number 5, that we approve the cancellation request. The vote begins with Commissioner Herman.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Linton,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Aye.
And Commissioner Richard.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motions are approved with no additional business on before the commission today. But before I adjourn, the commission will take on case number 9647 at 10:30 a.m. this morning. This meeting is now adjourned.